Nice fish. Beautiful. Ow.
Back on the bow.
Whoa! Wow. Beautiful.
Hey, set him in back there.
Nice. James has got a fish. There's fish coming on. Yeah. Good job, boy. Beautiful.
Please don't forget to support the Friedman Adventurers family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage doorman, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Friedman Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend, John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast with Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. Tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California on this gorgeous Sunday morning. It is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's a little overcast, and it's actually kind of chilly here on the beach. Chilly by Southern California standards, but man, fishing remains red hot south of the border. Some really great fishing going on in Mexico. It has been lights out, and it continued that way. And man, are our bluefin tuna now biting in the daytime, it appears so. What a bite on the Amigo out of 20 seconds free landing on white Seabass. The Channel Islands red hot. Eddie Berrigan had a charter on the Aloha Spirit, and Daniel Hadaway on the Island Spirit just continues to hammer. And how about live audiences now setting up for the morning briefing? I'm telling you, people are crazy. They're coming down here to watch the morning briefing now. It's getting out of control. It is so great to be with you. So many great stories. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. So good and so great to be with you all. You know, I want to start out today by talking just briefly about the Friedman Adventures family, because it's extraordinary. That's all of you. Every single one of you are part of the Friedman Adventures family. You just keep amazing me with all kinds of great stuff. When it was first suggested to me back when I started the channel, hey, the Friedman Adventures family, I was thinking that's kind of corny, and you know, I don't even know if that's a real thing. It's real. I can touch it. I can feel it. From Doug Tilt, who's done so much for Friedman Adventures, to last night I was bartending at the Orange County Fair, and Roy and Ashley came by. Roy, Ashley, Good morning. Thank you for going out of your way to say hello. I got to say hello to them. I got to see Ashley's nice sand bass she caught yesterday and a big angel shark that Roy caught. That was extraordinary. Then Manila Ice comes by with his lovely wife. It was so nice to see you both, Jason. Fantastic to see them. How about J.D. Day? That's Lucky Day's dad. He took Lucky over to Island Fishing Tackle yesterday to meet Sam De La Torre because Lucky has been dying to meet him. He sees him on Tackle Shop Confessions all the time and got to go over and meet him. And Sam treated Lucky like the king he is. Good morning, all of you guys. It was really fantastic. How about Wayne Shimabukuro? Wayne Shimabukuro, who contributes so much here. He and a bunch of guys from LA County Fire were over visiting our dear friend Bob Gifford, who is very, very ill right now. Wonderful stuff. Beautiful photo. Love you guys. Love you, Bob. Hope you are feeling better. And all the people over at SpaceX in Hawthorne, California, I got to meet many of you. You are such loyal followers. You guys are fantastic. Advancing space exploration. Man, that is really good stuff. Yes, Occupy Mars, SpaceX, Hawthorne, California, all great stuff, all wonderful people. What can I tell you? All right, I know you want to hear about fishing, so let's do it. Can I take one more sip of coffee? You know, I didn't get in until past 1 o'clock in the morning, so. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And there's so many other members of our family, so many folks that we've been able to touch, whether it's Michael Limon and Dan Lightfoot, Isaac Parcells. I don't even want to get into that, and all the thousands of items we've sent down to Mexico. The point is that it's you who make that all happen. Good morning, my friend. Another member of our family right there, and Jack. All right, let's go to Mexico. Let's talk Mexico. Down in La Paz, Baja California, we've been seeing some really excellent fishing with regard to marlin. There's been some, hey, good morning, Jack. What's up? Good to see you. Man, I'll get into the fishing report here in a second. Bye, Jack. Good to see you. Down in La Paz, Baja California, it continues to impress. You know, they were off to a little bit of a slower kind of bite here a few weeks ago, but it continues to build down there at Tail Hunter International. We've seen marlin, we've seen dorado, we've even seen some pretty good wahoo fishing going on there. It really looks good down there in that neck of the woods. Moving you up the Baja Peninsula, we get you up to Cedros Island. There's a mix of yellowtail, halibut, white sea bass, good calico bass fishing. The Tootsie Report. Water feels pretty warm this morning. I like it, and it looks pretty calm outside there also. So once again, Cedros continues to provide that multitude of different sport fish right now. Also, as we move you closer up, we look at San Quintin. That's only 140 miles down below the border. Many times that's a preview of what's yet to come in Southern California, especially during this time of the year. Wide open yellowtail fishing down there. There's also sand bass and halibut, barracuda, rockfish, tremendous fishing for the operators out of San Quintin. And Jeff Lingle was down there. He caught a lot of that. He said wide open yellowtail. He had a 7 and 10-year-old boy out with him on his yacht, and they hammered the fish along the coast. I'll tell you what Jeff did offshore on the bluefin when we get to the bluefin tuna bite, because it's pretty darn exciting right now. I love exactly what we are seeing. It's really looking good in Ensenada. Continued great fishing for blackfin sport fishing, for Mara sport fishing, for all the operators down there in beautiful Ensenada. It's been good on the bluefin tuna. Now you miss every once in a while when you go offshore. You know, if you don't find the right jag of fish, or they're just not biting that well, then, you know, you miss. But for the most part, it's been steady. And these fish have clicked over and are biting in the daytime now. More on that in a moment when I get into the bluefin tuna. Also, some yellowtail and the kelps for the Ensenada pongas, and also some pretty good yellowtail fishing from time to time around Todos Santos Island. There's a lot of boat pressure there right now, so it gets shoved down pretty easy. Great barracuda fishing locally. Sand and calico bass. Ensenada is on the bite right now. We're loving it. Long range fishing. Suffices to say, it is magnificent right now. Without naming all of the boats, Independence, Intrepid, XL, Royal Polaris, to name a few. All the rest of the boys are in on it too. great yellowtail fishing, outstanding yellowfin tuna fishing. It's been good. Some of those guys on the way home will go in on the beach and catch halibut, sand bass, white sea bass, and others will focus their attention on this bluefin tuna, and that bluefin bite has been really, really good. Let's turn our attention to the BFT. Right now we have a mix in terms of the size of fish, from like 15 to 40 pound fish, 40, 60 pounders, and then fish up over 200 pounds. I don't know how you can beat the bite we've got going on in San Diego, because it is not only a nighttime thing, it is now a daytime thing, and that is fantastic. And I think the switch has flipped over, and we're not going to look back now. It's going to bite like this into the fall, and you got to love it. And there are fish, you know, there's a lot of fish down where Jeff was, down there in the San Quintin area, and there's fish all the way up to the Channel Islands. The Pride out of 22nd Street landing yesterday returned with 8 bluefin tuna, including a jumbo. Had some nice big fish. There's some big ones wandering around. Walt from the Big Nasty podcast, I was on that show, and Walt is a fantastic guy, getting in on the Excalibur 62 on the bluefin tuna, 8 yellowtail, outstanding fishing. Let's talk about Jeff Lingle. He's to the far south area off of San Martin. He had limits of bluefin tuna. Those fish were big fish, a lot of it over 100 pounds. The thing that he found on that fish down there, this was his experience, that if you fished the lighter jigs, you caught smaller bluefin. If you bombed down with a 16-ounce Eddie bomb, many times you catch those big ones deep. It was like they were hanging deep. And Jeff not only had great offshore fishing on the bluefin tuna, he caught yellowfin tuna, he caught all kinds of barracuda in and along the coast, had a dorado, really looking good. I'm still thinking we're going to get that shot of yellowfin into our Southern California area. And as I say, that likes to manifest itself in late summer and in the fall in most cases. So keep your eyes on that, because I think that is going to be a game changer when we get a little bit deeper into summer. And who knows, those kind of things can happen at any point in time. How about the Pacific Voyager and our friend Max Nui, limits of bluefin tuna? And then he threw on 90 yellowtail to boot for that. Great fishing on the Voyager. Glenn Del Mendo. Wow, look at the size of that BFT, a kite fish. Way to go, Glenn from Wicked Tackle Box. Tremendous job. Tribute yesterday, limits of bluefin tuna. 80% of his catch in the daylight hours. Yes, really great stuff. Over on the Aztec, same kind of a thing. The guys on the Aztec were recommending 25-pound fluorocarbon. You're fishing chovy, don't forget. Whole new thing here. Fishing anchovy, so very important. A number 2 circle hook. We love the blacktail hooks. They work so good. And man, I'll tell you, good hot bait. Change that bait regularly. I would not be ashamed to bring a spinning reel, a good high quality spinning reel right now. That'll get your bait away from the boat. And man, the daytime bite is here. Most of that daytime fish seems to be, unless you're fishing a kite, it seems to be like that 20 to 40 pound grade fish, some a little bit smaller and some bigger. So that 25-pound fluoro is just fine. You should be able to do really well on that. And we are loving our daytime bluefin. Still at night, there is some tremendous fishing going on. Some great fishing last night again on the jigs. Don't forget, those 16-ounce Eddie bombs work really well. The HD lures from West Coast Jiggers is a hot one. John Garman is a guy that fishes on all the Freedom Adventures charters. I trust John, and he stands by that. Daiwa SK jigs. There's a lot of jigs out there that get bit. Remember, dropping when the captain tells you to drop is essential to your success. So keep that in mind. Really great BFT signal going on right now. I don't know how I can get any better than that. And we mentioned the Chovy rods. Chuck Zimmer from Z Custom Rods. He's wrapping up some beautiful Chovy rods that'll be raffled off over there at Tackle Shop Confessions online. And that's going to be August the 11th. I know that's a ways out there, but I want you to get ready because they are going to be beautiful and perfect for the bite that we've got going on. It's SoCal right now. Z Custom Rods. I get $1, don't forget. Z Custom Rods. Chuck pays me every time I say it. Z Custom Rods. Enough. I've had it. All right. let's talk about what's going on at our island. Oh, I should mention that offshore also, the guys out of San Diego that fish full day, they leave in the morning, come back that evening. They're hammering on the yellows. Also 71 on the yellowtail and a bluefin tuna on board the Grande. How on earth can you beat that? Other guys are all over it too. Some of those yellows are small. A lot of them are in that 10 to 12 pound class, but they're yellowtail and they're biting. And it's a lot of fun, and the weather has been phenomenal. Let's talk islands and the Coronado Islands. Man, we're not only seeing the yellows, but they're starting to nibble a little bit. 29 yellowtail on the Mission Belle yesterday. Way to go, boys. That stuff's starting to bite a little bit, and that was in less than optimum conditions. A little bit funky. Conditions continue to improve there at the Coronado Islands. I think that's going to get rocking and rolling. Thunderbird, Davies Locker, Newport Beach at San Clemente Island right now this morning with some big yellows. Made plenty of squid last night. Turned that into some of those big dropper loop forkies. There's some big ones on the backside of the island. That's been good. There's been some sea bass and halibut there. Also been very, very, very good. Catalina Island. Man, I'll tell you, we're picking away at a variety of different fish. Has not been wide open. There's a lot of blue perch. There's some okay bass fishing, some barracuda, stuff like that. Hasn't been wide open at Cat, that is for sure. We're going to get some kelp patty yellows up here in this neck of the woods, though, here very, very soon. The Amigo, man, that is a sight that is absolutely incredible. Look at the sea bass on the deck of the Amigo. Phenomenal bite at an undisclosed island. It was tremendous. And man, you see all that sea bass, you can see some of it's still alive. So they're right in the midst of the bite with an angler in the stern on a fish. It doesn't get any better than that. Tremendous fishing for sure. And then we go up to the Channel Islands. A little bit more hit and miss on the white sea bass right now. But every single time I say that, same thing on the halibut. Every time I say that, somebody pops off with 100 sea bass or 100 halibut. So just because it's a little hit and miss, and we do have the weekend bow pressure, and of course that does have an adverse effect on the bite sometimes, don't think that you're not going to see another huge explosion on one of the great boats up there in the Channel Islands, because it could definitely happen. The Eddie B 805 Charter Series. That's right, Eddie Berrigan up there yesterday with Bella. Pedro Pino was on that trip, and also Cesar Garcia. They had a great time on the Aloha Spirit as they went out and they made a couple of halibut drifts, caught a couple nice flatties, went out and caught reds and lings and all kinds of different great eating, colorful rockfish. It was a tremendous trip, and they ended up also catching 9 halibut with Eddie Berrigan. A tremendous trip. And Eddie's got a couple of 2-day trips on board the Endeavor out of Ventura Sport Fishing September 5th and September 30th. See his phone number down there? Since I didn't write it down and I can't tell you what it is right now, there's his phone number. Give him a call if you want to get in on one of those trips. Just a few spots left. The Endeavor is a tough ride to get on. Great trip on the Aloha Spirit. Island Spirit, a new charter guy. Jorge. Hey, Jorge. Buenos dias. Good morning, my friend. He chartered the Island Spirit yesterday out of Ventura Sport Fishing. He went out with Daniel Hottaway, and they had an absolutely wonderful time catching copious amounts of rockfish with 234 rockfish, 53 barracuda, fun gar fishing, no question about it. 22 calico bass, 23 sculpin, 10 halibut. Great job on the Island Spirit Ventura Sport Fishing. They're out on their Kids Fish Free trip right now. They'll be running again tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, every single day. The Island Spirit is available 805-676-3474, or go to VenturaSportFishing.com, because there is some great fishing awaiting you there. And on the beach, I got to tell you, the gentlemen, really good sand bass fishing, a lot of barracuda in there, really good stuff. The gray light, only 6 guys yesterday, 11 halibut. How on earth can it get any better than that? Really great stuff going on. And we'll just go a little bit further to the north there, Santa Barbara. Again, they've had some local sand bass. They get those huge scores. They had a 100 score on the white sea bass not that long ago, just scratchy up there right now. But like I said, that can just explode. We go up to Monterey and They've got great lingcod and rock fishing. And up there in San Francisco, wow, what a bite they've got going on up there. It's been going on for a while. Outside, great lingcod and rockfish. It has been absolutely spectacular up there. And then also, we continue to see some really great fishing on the halibut. The California done limits of halibut yesterday. 2 fish per rod up there. And there's been some good striped bass fishing. Also, San Francisco rocking and rolling good bass fishing along the Southern California coast, talking 1/2 and 3/4 day right now. It's good in San Diego. Sand and or calico bass, 70-degree water on the Point Loma kelp fly line at Chovy. Back there, you're on to a calico bass, some shorts, some legals, occasional yellowtail running around, occasional white sea bass running around. It's been pretty darn good fishing, moving you up the coast down there at Davies Locker, Newport Beach. Fabulous fishing for sand bass, both in the daytime and at night. Twilight fishing really has been as good as I've seen it in 20 years. It's really excellent fishing. And up here in the LA Orange County area, fantastic Enterprise, Victory, the Monte Carlo, the Native Sun again with great twilight fishing. Had a white sea bass on their twilight trip the other night. Really fantastic local fishing right now, especially for sand bass, but there's a mix of other fish, and there's a decent pop of barracuda around here. So if you have a surface iron, you definitely want to bring that along with you. Up Marina del Rey, we continue to see some pretty darn good fishing up there. Calico bass for the Redondo Special, and up in Marina del Rey, we've seen some good fishing. Also, Nick Ramirez has been out of there recently with some good sand and calico bass fishing, and there's also a few halibut, plenty of sculpin and rockfish also here in the LA Orange County area. And I already mentioned the gentleman up there in the Channel Islands area along the beach catching barracuda and sand bass to go along with that. That's pretty darn good shooting if you ask me. Great stuff. August the 11th is the next big raffle. You can contact Chuck Zimmer right now if you want to and get in on that right now. But we'll be telling you what's up, and it'll be a big one. It's going to be a lot of fun. In the Southern California surf, we continue to see some decent fishing. Jeff Perea catching a variety of different perch here. Recently, Jeff fishes all over the place, but he's been down here by the tower, of course, Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway, and down on Dog Beach, Huntington Beach, near the pier. There's been some yellowfin croaker, also some more corvina here. We've seen a couple of short halibut taken recently, and a few spot fin croaker digging up sandworms in the sand. Of course, where the heck else would you find a sandworm? I should know that, being a little redundant this morning. That works. It's such a great bait. But you can get all the bait and tackle your little heart desires at SpaceX. At Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They not only are Southern California's surf fishing headquarters, but they've got everything you'll need to make it happen offshore for bluefin, yellowtail. You fish in an island for sea bass, they've got it all at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Up in the Santa Monica Bay, seeing some yellowfin croaker up there around El Segundo. That's been okay, and some decent corvina fishing around the Topaz Rock Jetty, as well as down toward the old Mondstadt Pier, and good bar perch fishing up there in the Channel Island zone. There's been some good fishing up there in that neck of the woods. All right, my friends, what a day it is. It is so good for your soul. So good for you to come out and go for a walk or jump on a half-day boat or jump on a three-quarter-day boat. And here come the bluefin biting in the daytime. You've got to love that. What a bite on the Amigo. What a sight. Big bluefin tuna mixed with some smaller grade daytime and nighttime. We are truly blessed here in Southern California. And I am feeling exceptionally blessed from meeting all of you out there at the OC Fair, from what the guys did for Bob Gifford. That was beautiful. Wayne Shima Bokoro, and of course everything else with JD and Lucky and Sam. I'm feeling very, very blessed here this Sunday morning. Take care, and I hope to see you really, really soon.